Hey, Cowboys Nation! Welcome back to Cowboys News TV, your #1 source for all things Dallas Cowboys. I'm Dave, and today we're diving into some intriguing trade rumors involving a big name that could potentially join our roster. But before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Your subscription is incredibly important to us and helps us reach our goal of 10,000 subscribers. Join our community and stay updated with the latest Cowboys news. Alright, let's talk about the latest trade rumor making the rounds. Bleacher Report recently pitched the idea of the Cowboys trading for Courtland Sutton. This isn't the first time we've heard this, so we won't rehash everything, but let's take a closer look at the proposed deal. The Cowboys would get Sutton and a 6th-round pick in 2026, while the Denver Broncos would receive a conditional day 2 pick and a 2025 5th-round pick from us. The conditions? Great question. Bleacher Report didn't specify. It could be based on playoffs, Super Bowl, or who knows what. In the end, this trade feels too rich for my blood. I'm not opposed to adding some wide receiver help. Many of you have voiced your support for this idea, too. But, is Courtland Sutton the right fit? Sutton's contract is manageable at around $14 million, and we probably wouldn't extend him, making him a one-year rental. You'd be giving up what might be a pick around number 80 in the draft. That's potentially an impactful player for a guy who hasn't had a 1,000-yard season in 4 years. Sure, quarterback play has been an issue, but this seems like a steep price for a rental. Sutton gives us some size we don't currently have in our receiving core, but trading a 3rd-round pick and one of our 5th-round picks for him, even if we get a future 6th, feels like too much. I'm all for adding receiver help. I'm optimistic about guys like Tolbert, Turpin, Brooks, and Fehoko, but Sutton would be a significant, albeit temporary, upgrade. The organization talks a big game about being all-in, but actions speak louder than words, and this trade would be a significant departure from what we've seen from the Cowboys recently. So, what do you think, Cowboys fans? Should we pull the trigger on trading for Sutton, or should we hold onto our draft picks and focus on developing our current roster? Drop a Y for yes or an N for no in the comments below. We want to hear your thoughts on this potential move. Also, if you're enjoying our content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Your subscription is very important to us and helps us bring you more great content. Let's work together to reach our goal of 10,000 subscribers. Now, let's broaden the conversation. Besides Sutton, who else should the Cowboys consider trading for? Maybe a receiver, running back, or even a defensive lineman. We're always looking to improve our roster, and there are plenty of names out there that could make a difference. Name a player you want the Cowboys to trade for and let us know in the comments section. Your suggestions could spark some great discussions. Let's break down some other potential targets. Could we look at someone like DeAndre Hopkins? What about bolstering our running back core with a dynamic playmaker? Or perhaps strengthening our defensive line with a proven veteran? Each of these moves has its own set of pros and cons, and we need to carefully weigh our options. One name that keeps coming up in discussions is DeAndre Hopkins. Hopkins brings elite talent and experience, and he could be a game-changer for our offense. However, his contract and age are factors to consider. Would his addition propel us to the next level, or would it be a risky investment? What do you think, Cowboys Nation? On the defensive side, adding a strong, experienced lineman could be crucial. Our defense has been solid, but there's always room for improvement. A veteran presence could help mentor our younger players and provide the depth we need to make a deep playoff run. Who do you think could be a good fit for our defensive line? Let us know in the comments. Ultimately, building a championship team requires smart, strategic moves. Whether it's through trades, the draft, or developing our current talent, every decision counts. We're excited to hear your thoughts and see who you think the Cowboys should target next. Your input is invaluable, and we're looking forward to engaging with you in the comments. And remember, if you're enjoying our content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Your subscription is very important to us and helps us bring you more great content. Let's work together to reach our goal of 10,000 subscribers. Let's reflect on the journey we're on as Cowboys fans. Every season brings new challenges and opportunities, and together, we can navigate through them. Whether it's through strategic signings, smart draft picks, or nurturing young talent, our goal is to bring the Lombardi Trophy back to Dallas. Alright, let's talk about some potential trade targets for the Cowboys' defensive line. Our friends over at Blogging the Boys have suggested a few names: TJ Slaton from the Packers, Darren Payne from the Commanders, and Siaki Ika from the Browns. We'll break down each of these players and discuss how they could help our defense, especially considering our current situation. First up, let's talk about TJ Slaton. Slaton has been a solid contributor for the Packers, primarily as a nose guard. Standing as the third option on the Packers' defensive line depth chart behind Kenny Clark and Devontae Wyatt, Slaton's role is crucial as a massive run-stopping presence. He may not be the best fit in the new defensive scheme in Green Bay, but he's definitely someone who can clog up running lanes and add depth to our defensive line. Next, we have Siaki Ika from the Browns. Ika fits the mold of what defensive coordinators like Mike Zimmer tend to favor: a big, powerful nose guard. With the Browns' depth on the defensive line, there might be a scenario where Ika could be available. However, considering his specific role, it's less likely he gets pushed off the roster. But if the Browns decide to shake things up, Ika could be a valuable addition to our defense. Finally, Darren Payne from the Commanders is a name that stands out. The Commanders have a stacked defensive line with players like Jonathan Allen and newly drafted Johnny Newton. Payne has been a consistent performer and offers the versatility to play both nose guard and three-technique positions. He might not fit perfectly into Dan Quinn's style of defensive tackles, but his skill set could be a great asset for us. Payne is probably the most realistic trade target, considering the depth the Commanders have. The need for defensive tackle help is apparent. We are one Osa Odigizwa injury away from being in serious trouble along the defensive line. We need depth and quality players to ensure we can hold up throughout the season. Right now, we might have a maximum of 5 serviceable guys, and that's not enough. So, what do you think, Cowboys fans? Do you want the team to trade for a defensive tackle? Press 1 for yes and 0 for no in the comments below. Of the guys discussed here, TJ Slaton has had the most production. He's a former Florida Gator who's primarily been used as a nose guard. Slaton might not be a perfect fit for every scheme, but most teams like to have at least one big run stopper on the roster. Siaki Ika, on the other hand, is also a nose guard and fits what many defensive schemes look for in terms of size and power. Then there's Darren Payne, who offers versatility and has been a strong presence on the Commanders' line. Each of these players brings something different to the table. Given the state of our current roster, trading for a defensive tackle makes a lot of sense. We need more impact players on the interior, and we simply don't have enough bodies who are worthy of a 53-man roster spot. Depth is crucial, especially when we're aiming for a deep playoff run. So, who do you think we should target? Let us know in the comments. And remember, if you're enjoying our content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Your subscription is very important to us and helps us bring you more great content. Let's work together to reach our goal of 10,000 subscribers. Visual, call to action for subscriptions and notification bell. Host, let's dive a bit deeper into each player's potential impact. Starting with TJ Slaton, his ability to stop the run could be invaluable. He might not be the flashiest player, but his role in clogging up the middle and taking on double teams can free up our linebackers to make plays. His presence could also help stabilize our run defense, which has had its ups and downs. Siaki Ika brings a similar skill set, but with a bit more upside in terms of athleticism. He's younger and has the potential to develop into a key contributor for our defense. Ika's raw power and ability to occupy multiple blockers can be a game-changer in critical situations. Having a player like him on the roster would add a new dimension to our defensive front. Darren Payne, meanwhile, offers versatility and proven production. His ability to play both nose guard and three technique makes him a valuable asset. Payne's experience and consistency could bring a stabilizing presence to our defensive line. He's someone who can step in and make an immediate impact, and his versatility would give Dan Quinn more options in terms of defensive schemes and alignments. Ultimately, adding any of these players would be a strategic move to strengthen our defense. The key is to find the right fit for our scheme and roster needs. Whether it's Slayton, aka, or Payne, each player has the potential to make a significant impact. But we want to hear from you, Cowboys Nation. Who do you think we should target, and why? Drop your thoughts in the comments section. And don't forget, if you're enjoying our content, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Your support helps us bring you more great content and keeps you updated with all the latest Cowboys news. Help us reach our goal of 10,000 subscribers and be a part of our growing community. Before we wrap up, let's remember the importance of building a strong defense. Championships are often won in the trenches, and having a solid defensive line is crucial for any team with Super Bowl aspirations. Whether we make a trade or develop our current players, the goal remains the same: to bring the Lombardi Trophy back to Dallas. Thanks for tuning in to Cowboys News TV. We'll keep a close eye on these potential trade targets and provide you with any new developments. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any breaking news. Your support helps us grow and reach our goal of 10,000 subscribers. We appreciate every one of you in our Cowboys community. Until next time, go Cowboys!